Good morning, sir. If you are watching, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, all notifications, like and share with others. A video was trending. Our Vice President of the United Nations, Shettima, is saying that Israel should allow Palestinians to have freedom and to have their own independence. Right away, an Igbo man who claims to be an Israeli citizen, Mr. Anthony Ikenna, replied to the Vice President and said, "You first, give Biafra freedom first. Then is our country is an Israeli citizen. Our country will give you your Palestinians independence." So now, Mr. Chinedu, do you think that reply to the president by Mr. Ikenna, even though the account is explained on Twitter now, but do you think that reply is in the right order? That if Shettima wants Israel to give Palestinian freedom, Nigeria too should also give Biafrans freedom?
And with what is happening in the Middle East, you should be able to know that Israel as a nation has been documenting the terrorists in the Middle East since 1948 till now, has been mastering their antics, has been mastering whatever they are doing, have been engaging them secretly by Mossad. All the terrorist politicians in Nigeria, Israel are watching them. As he has gone there to declare a state for Palestine, Israel are what they are endangering themselves. If they tell you the history of Israel, you will fear. Israel is not a country that toys with uncertainty. If Israel is real, the realistic Israel is what has sustained the reality of the world today. Without Israel, there is no world. Nobody can take anything away from Israel because that land does not belong to them. So I'm taking exception from that. That land does not belong to the Palestinians.
No, I want to inform our viewers that I'm coming. That in the next 2 or 3 minutes, we are going to play the video where the Vice President Shettima made that so they will understand. Are you to hear it yourself? But continue, sir.
Yes. It took them time, but they got it right. Israel, there will be nothing like Palestine in that land because when I listened to it, just because of Britain was able to cause a lot of problem there. When do we start hearing Palestine? Because the invasion of Israel, led them to scatter all over the world, and British government, colonial master, used that opportunity to allocate land space to people who they feel that are interested in occupying that place. That is not their land. I've never seen anywhere you hear right from the ancient time. When actually did we start hearing Palestine in the Middle East? Can you give me an idea of when we started hearing Palestine? When did Britain came with all those kind of concepts? The Roman Empire, how did those things come about? This is the question you ask yourself. 4,000 years, the first invasion took place by the Assyrians. Israel was taken to Babylon, Iraq. Babylon in those days. Those are genesis of everybody. Those is where every existence and generation started, from Babylon. Everybody you see anywhere on this earth started from Iraq. There's migration all over the world.
But somebody said Africa is the cradle of mankind, that Ethiopia is the first.
Africa started civilization because if you look at the boundary of all, where Abraham took off, is the only thing that demarcates it is just water. So it's possible that Abraham was sharing a certain significant boundary in Iraq and a certain significant boundary in Africa that belonged to the land of Or. Abraham moved from Or. So possibly that Abraham might possibly be a black man.
So after my condition, sir, I want our viewers to watch the video themselves too. They can listen to what our Vice President said, Shettima, concerning the independence of Palestinians. That he wants Israel to give Palestinian independence. So after they have watched it, I need to have watched it now, so that we can comment more on this. Start again now.
Today, We are all witnesses to the heart-wrenching situation in Gaza and other Palestinian territories. We cannot discuss war and peace, conflicts and resolution, or humanitarian imperatives today without reflecting on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that has been raging since 7th August last year. Of course, the conflict predates this period and has been simmering for a better part of half a century. What it tells us is that the international community has failed to live up to the spirit and aspirations of the United Nations to rid the world of inequality, violence, and domination of one people by another. Justice is antithetical to revenge. Freedom is an inalienable right and a natural entitlement that cannot be denied to any people. The Palestinian people deserve their independence. They deserve to have a home of their own in territories already recognized by this very assembly and by international law, which is being routinely ignored. Nigeria continues to urge efforts to bring back on track the two-state solution that offers the prospect for a new beginning for the region. Nigeria reaffirms to supporting United Nations peacekeeping operations. We recognize the need for Africa to build strong and professional armies to meet the multiple challenges we face. Consequently, we reiterate the call for international support to operationalize the African standby force, in addition to the provision of requisite support and resources to ensure the upgrade, take-up, and effectiveness.
Now, after watching the video, I want you to continue. Well, people should know. You stop by saying that Abraham might possibly be a black man due to the proximity of is it the territories of
where he moved from the land of to where there was an instruction concerning Abraham, and he moved. But basically, between Iraq and Africa, it started from there. Then he moved down, to all those areas, those lands that God said, anything, anywhere you see, I will give it to you. Anywhere, that's what the Bible. As long as your eye can see, I give it to you. There was no record of anything that has to do with life. God gave them a desert, and they built and transformed that desert until the first invasion come, and the Jews, as at that time, scattered all over the world. In 1948, they came back and started from Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, as at that time, was a desert. Tel Aviv is one of the most beautiful cities now around the world, because the Israelis made it what it is today. So the question is that, can people go and do a proper research, find out Gaza, find out West Bank, find out Jerusalem, find out Bethlehem, find out all those things? Is there any time in the Bible those things we have been allocated to anything that has to do with Palestine? It has always been Israel. That's what makes Israel the owner of Palestine. Well, we are politically planted there. That does it, But in the case of somebody from there going there to make that kind of statement, it means that there is so much about the restoration of Biafra that these people are afraid of.
Also, I'm sorry to cut you short. Our viewers, this channel is for information. Now, what is your response to that man that is not telling you, Vice President, that yes, if you want Israel to give Palestinians freedom or independence, you are from Nigeria, you are the Vice President. Tell your own president too to give Biafrans their freedom.
That is not correct. The man who is saying that does not understand history. He does not know what he's talking about. If he claims as an Israeli, as an Igbo man, you do not come to the public and say what you don't know. You cannot present this case anywhere in the world. You cannot present it in the United Nations. You cannot present it in the America. You cannot even table it in the court in Israel. You cannot. The truth of the matter is that they don't have any relationship. The Biafrans are the indigenous people, while the Palestinians are not indigenous people. So what does the law say regarding to that in the United Nations Charter? It said the indigenous people of Biafra. Then these ones are not indigenous people. Then how would this man you are talking about came up and begin to place a certain a parameter based on that? It does not hold waters. It cannot hold waters. Biafra is not sharing anything with the Palestinians ideology or whatever they believe, or statehood or whatever they believe in. What we are asking for, according to United Nations Charter, that says self-determination shall be given on indigenous people.
Indigenous people.
Can't they know how to interpret something, or you just because of where you came up, that Shettima himself are being hypocritical about the truth? But it's squeezing, of course. If they don't know Israel, if there are people who are reasonable, they should be able to know what to do at any particular time, because that statement has already been documented. And when that statement is finally opened up, we'll see the return of the physical Jews, the present Israel, powering in all ramifications. Because what the West African nation needs is Biafra. What the African continent needs is Biafra, and not terrorist organizations.
Because we saw Madeshew is a northern influencer. He too said that the people of Nigeria, they don't even want regional system of government anymore. It's of the north. Say that what Nigerians want now is for every nation to go their own separate ways. What can be making others now to see that Nigeria is not one?
It's the Americans' bravery. Conviction. How did conviction come? When Jesus Christ was preaching here on earth, not a lot of them did not believe him. But somehow along the line, people begin to see truth, identify truth, and begin to see the rationale, the philosophy, the reasoning behind. Assuming that Nnamdi Kanu backs out now, do you know how many people will be demoralized? They can't even stand up to say the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is standing in the midst of uncertainty and is telling the truth. And that's why you see such reaction coming from the north. It is not going to stop. It is spreading down to the middle belt. The genesis and the philosophy of it is that the black man has been subjected to damage. And the only thing that can rise them is the consciousness of trying to pick one or two things that stand. And the only thing is, if you want to be great, you don't have greatness. Imagine it and imitate it.
Want to be great, you don't have greatness. Imagine and imitate it.
As simple as that. Everything that happens in this world, the first people that have introduced whatever, including the Bible and law, are the Jews. The Jews are the foundation of this country because they are the first people to have tasted the manna food that is meant for the angel. Nobody, no tribe, no race in this world has that scientific brain more than the Israelis. You can see what is happening, the miracle that is happening in the Middle East. You can see the story of the Paja or wherever. You can see what they are doing. Israel has come to existence. And that's what? No nation, I repeat, no nation, man-made, listen, man-made,
yes,
can stand when Israel has stood. That's the plan.
Like one of our viewers said, he said even though I'm an Idoma man, but Biafra cannot be defeated because Israel cannot be defeated. You agree that it?
Biafra can never be defeated.
He said Biafra can never be defeated, same as the Jews can never be defeated.
Bros, if you know what is happening in Africa, Biafra is going to come. If you know the kind of Sahel powers, if you know the kind of Funta Jalon arrangement, if you could know what the Shiites and the Sunnis are trying to arrange, if you understand the conquest that took place in Turkey, you understand the need why Britain and America, France, Germany and Israel are going to support Biafra. I don't want to go beyond that because it becomes another topic for another day. So in an atmosphere of like this, have you come down to ask you that why is it that the greatest race, black race in Africa, are not given the chance to rule the most populous black nation in Africa? They are afraid of the next step of the Igbo man. But the next step of the Igbo man is based on reality. The next step of Igbo man has always been Ebe Berugo.
What does that mean, sir?
In case Ibe Ebena, Nkwanaya, Kama, Gozie, Ebok Ebe. Live and let live. And if you say I would not live, please show me where I will live. And if you fail me to show me where I will live, then you are looking for what? Trouble. As simple as